Good morning, wet shavers, coffee lovers, and podcast listeners everywhere. It's Mark with Georgetoon.com. It's time for another second cup. So grab a cup of coffee, kick back, relax, put in those earbuds, adjust that speaker volume, and let's talk some wet shaving and a few other things in podcast form. What is Second Cup? Second Cup is a podcast that will give you some additional information that didn't make the Monday morning mailbag deadline. This might be something that is time sensitive. For instance, a sale that could be ending before the next Monday morning mailbag airs, or a piece of late breaking information that viewers have passed along that is equally time sensitive, or something else regarding the wet shaving world that needs to be broadcast in a timely fashion. And we'll also have some time to chit chat and discuss some other things like coffee, movies, streaming shows, books, that sort of thing. So thanks for tuning in to Second Cup. And I hope you subscribe to the podcast, where you can also find episodes of the Monday Morning Mailbag in podcast form. I hope you're enjoying a cup of coffee with me. We'll get the show underway in just a moment. Thanks for joining me. Well, good morning, everyone, and welcome to the August 25th, 2025 episode of Second Cup. My gosh, the end of August. This is the last week of August. A week from today will be September 1st, and also Labor Day. I realized that during the Monday morning mailbag. If you saw it this morning, I realized, oh my gosh, next Monday is Labor Day. And of course, if you live here in the States, you'll know that Labor Day is that final weekend. It wraps up the summer, and it's the official end of summer. Even though we have a few more weeks of the summer season, I don't think summer really departs until, I think this year it's September 22nd, I think. I'm going to have to double check myself about that, but I think it's like the 21st to 22nd, maybe the 20th, somewhere in there. We flipped the switch from summer into the fall season. But Labor Day marks the official end of summer holiday season, so to speak. Kids are back in school, and, all the big blockbuster movies have been released, and, all those kinds of summer things that take place. We're starting to put away things for the fall season. All the summer gear is going to be stowed away until next year. And I know when I was growing up, Labor Day was the last hurrah. After Labor Day, then we went back to school. And I know a lot of schools now, they start middle of August. I mean, kids have been back in school for like 2 weeks. And that's the big debate. Should kids go to school after Labor Day, or should they start earlier, like I've just mentioned, middle of August? For me, after Labor Day was great. I loved that. I liked having that one big final weekend, and then going back to school. You get it all out of your system, and then you go back to school. Whereas I think if you go back to school middle of August, you can get some really hot days, and there's still a lot of things to do, and you got that Labor Day weekend coming up, and all that kind of thing. But for me, it was always after Labor Day, going back to school after Labor Day. That was when the fall school season started after Labor Day. And I know because we're going to be going to the Great Geauga County Fair. Hopefully that my car gets entered in the demolition derby. It all hinges on that. The Great Geauga County Fair. The kids in that neck of the woods of Geauga County don't go back to school until after Labor Day, because a lot of them have these projects, raising cattle and animals and that sort of thing that they go to the fair with. And a lot of them are earning college tuition by doing that, raising some kind of animal, whether it be, a pig or a cow or whatever it is, and then having it auctioned off at the fair, and then they get their cut. They put it towards college tuition. As I've always understood it, the point is that in that area of Geauga County where I live, the kids do not go to school until after Labor Day because they realize a lot of kids are working on these projects for the fair, and the fair, the county fair is the big last hurrah of summer, and that's kind of winds up everything. So that's why I've always favored. Let me put it this way: I don't want to start a debate or anything like that. I've always enjoyed going back to school after Labor Day. It wraps everything up. The Labor Day weekend wraps everything up very, very nicely, and you get to bid summer farewell, and again put away all that swimming gear, and you put away your canoes and your kayaks and all that kind of stuff, and then get on with the business of starting school and getting back to studying, that sort of thing. So I hope you're enjoying a cup of coffee with me this morning. This morning I'm enjoying McDaniel's coffee cups again. They're Keurig coffee cups. I got these at Save-A-Lot. Boy, it's a great coffee. There it is right there. A great bargain coffee. Hang on 1 minute. Let me get a sip here. That is really, really good. And I'm using my Kellogg's Cereal City coffee mug. That's a real good one. We've been enjoying that one for many, many years. I think Cereal City in Battle Creek, Michigan closed down as an attraction a number of years ago. But when I visited it, I thought it was great. And whenever I visit any of these attractions, wherever they are around the country, I like to pick up a coffee mug as a souvenir. And it's functional. It'll last me a long time. It'll bring back some nice memories. And that's why I have the Kellogg's Cereal City coffee mug here from Battle Creek, Michigan. So that was a good one. So I make a point to always try to pick up a coffee mug on my travels wherever I'm going. Sometimes I remember, sometimes I forget. It almost has to present itself going through a gift shop, or maybe if a hotel in a certain part of the country actually has them for resale. Oh, with the logo on the hotel on it, on the mug, that sort of thing. I'll pick one up. Haven't really picked one up recently. I know I was out in California last year for my nephew's wedding, and I did not come across a coffee mug, to mark the occasion. So I'm kind of kicking myself about that one because it just didn't present itself. I didn't see a coffee mug with the name of the hotel and resort that we were staying at, and or the city we were in, or anything like that. So I'm gonna have to remind myself to seek out those coffee mugs, because there are some really, really great souvenir coffee mugs out there. Maybe you do the same thing. You pick up a coffee mug during your travels. And if you have any really great, unique coffee mug souvenirs that you've picked up on your travels, comment below and let us know, or snap a photo of them, and we'll share them with all the viewers on the Monday morning mailbag. That would be, I think that'd be a kind of a neat feature, showing folks coffee mugs from around the world that they picked up on their travels. That would be really, really neat. So keep that in mind. So I hope you're enjoying a cup of coffee with me this morning. Again, McDaniel's coffee in the Kellogg's Cereal City coffee mug. It's a really nice day today. It's kind of a little gray and overcast with some spotty sun coming out. It's on the cool side. It's like lower 70s right now. Upper 60s, lower 70s. It's going to be like 55 degrees overnight. So the dog days of summer really didn't come around for very long. So we're in a bit of a nice summer cool spell. Actually feels like early autumn, to be perfectly honest with you, even though it's not the fall season yet. It just has that kind of vibe and feel going on right now. And I hope it's a very, very pleasant morning where you're at this morning. Once more, I hope you're enjoying a cup of coffee with me. Hey, we'll pay a few bills and we'll get the show kicked off in just a moment. Well, speaking of the coming fall season, we got this email alert from Phoenix Shaving, and it reads, Douglas just got back from 1773. Guess what he brought you? Make a splash this fall with something epic. Fellow Shave Cadets, you'll never guess where I just got back from, or maybe you will. That's right. My most recent hop through time landed me smack dab in Boston Harbor, December 16th, 1773. A cold night. a salty sea breeze, angry men, and rightfully so, tossing crates like they were competing in some kind of colonial strongman bobbing contest. And tea, so much tea. Here are the top notes: green tea, white tea, lemon, bergamot, salt water. The middle notes are spicy, sweet, floral, and Earl Grey. The base notes: black tea, vanilla, musk, amber, and tobacco. But here's the thing: history never tells you what it smelled like. And believe me, it wasn't all seaweed and pitch tar. No, the night had its own strange perfume. Green and white tea steeped with lemon and bergamot, spiced with floral wisps, floating above the docks, grounded deep in black tea, amber, vanilla, tobacco, and musk. It was the scent of rebellion itself. And I bottled it for you. Seriously, this is exactly what it smelled like. Probably. Introducing Tea Party 508, a surreal fantasy smell track. Introducing Tea Party 508, a surreal fantasy smell track to that infamous night on the wharf, for rebels who prefer their grooming gear with a dash of defiance. And because no time travel trip is complete without a souvenir, I smuggled something back across the centuries just for you. The first 50 Tea Party 508 bundles will include a limited edition collectible holographic label. A little shimmer, a little rebellion, and a whole lot of history packed onto your shelf. So, cadets, the question is simple. Will you stand beside me and the cube on the dock? Will you raise your shave mug and brush and join the rebellion? History repeats, but only if you act fast. Shave on and stay groovy, Douglas Smythe, Mad Hatter, time traveler, reluctant revolutionary, matchbook collector, eyewitness to Boston Tea Party, perfumer. How about that? We reviewed Tea Party 508 2 years ago, right around the 4th of July holiday. What a great tea scent. Definitely a favorite in my shave den. One of the better tea-scented shave soaps that are out there. Really, really terrific. And it's back just in time for the fall season and a little closer to when the Boston Tea Party took place back in 1773. How about that? So check it out. We will have a link below where you can pick up from Phoenix Shaving Tea Party 508. Well, I wanted to give you an update of sorts. In this morning's Monday morning mailbag, viewer Jimmy V related how he came across a Nacet razor blade, and he used them a couple times. I don't know how long ago, but he wrote here, I found I had a couple of Nacet blades in my miscellaneous tub. I never liked them, tried several times, no joy. Being bored, I figured what the heck and decided to use one in my Henson titanium medium razor. Boy, he got a great shave. That's the whole send up. If you missed that on the Monday morning mailbag, go back and check that out, because he related how he just got an absolutely excellent shave with this Nacet razor blade in his Henson titanium medium razor. And coincidentally, I came across a Nacet razor blade yesterday, and I haven't used them for a while. Now, I tended to like the Nacet blades. They didn't turn me off. I like them, and I've gotten some great shaves with them. And I decided, you know what? I'm going to use a Nacet blade this time around. Let's pull them out. Let's give them a go one more time. And I came across my Cappuccino razor from Global Shave Clubs International. You might remember them, Sheldon Quinn's razor company. And gosh, probably about 4 or 5 years ago, it seems he was releasing a razor every other week. And some of these razors were just fantastic. And the Cappuccino, no exception, just a terrific, terrific razor. If you want to get a look at it, it looks identical to the Parker 71R. So we'll link the Parker 71R below on Amazon so you can get a look at it. And that's exactly what the Cappuccino razor looks like. And it just delivers a really beautiful, mild shave. Really like it. Solid brass handle. And when I first reviewed the cappuccino, the information sheet said solid brass. And I took that to mean the razor head as well. Now, in looking at it, and put that aside there, I'm looking at the cap right here. I don't know if you can hear that right there, the cap. And in looking at it, I don't know. It could be brass. It could be Zamac. I'm not entirely sure. But I know the handle has a lot of heft to it. So it is a solid brass handle. Might have been a typo back then. And they meant solid brass handle with a chrome-plated Zamac razor head. But it just really gave a beautiful, beautiful shave. And again, looks like the 71R, the Parker 71R. So give that a look on Amazon and you'll see the kind of razor I'm talking about. Okay, anyhow, I slapped in the Nacet razor blade into this cappuccino razor and I got an absolutely spectacular shave. My gosh, 2 passes and I was done. And I had about a day and a half, 2 days worth of beard growth. It was just a wonderful, delightful shave. I used Nivea Sensitive Shave Cream, and I finished it off with some Clubman Pinot. Boy, that was great. Just an all-around great basic shave. Nothing fancy. Nivea Sensitive Shave Cream, Clubman Pinot Aftershave Splash, alum stick. My gosh, the cappuccino razor, a Nacet blade, just terrific. A Razor Rock shaving brush. One of my older Razor Rock shaving brushes. Hang on, I'll go get it. Hang on 1 minute. Yeah, there it is. I'm back. Yeah, I had to retrieve this one. Wanted to look at it while I'm talking about it to you, and I also had to do a little research because there is no mention on the bottom. Usually on the bottom of some of these shave brushes, they'll have the names there. Certainly with the Phoenix shaving brushes, you'll look at the base right there on the bottom and they'll have the name of it there. This one does not have that. It's known as the Ivory 22. And I think it's been replaced by the Keyhole, which is also an ivory colored shave brush handle. It was a very affordable shaving brush for about $10, $12. And just a really nice, basic, synthetic shaving brush, the Razor Rock Ivory 22. And I got it early on in my wet shaving journey, and I really, really enjoyed it. I think the knot is the same as the Razor Rock Disruptor. Now, I'm going to have to look and see if those shaving brushes are still available, the Disruptor and the Keyhole. You know what? Hang on. Let me take a look right now. Hang on 1 minute. Yes, I'm back. The Keyhole shaving brush is available on Italian Barber. The Razor Rock Keyhole shaving brush is available. It's about $12.99, as is the Disruptor. The Disruptor is also available, and that's $12.99. Both of those are available on Italian Barber. And I mentioned them because really nice, affordable shaving brushes. And this one that I have here, the Ivory 22. It's a terrific little shaving brush. Comes in at a great price point, a really nice solid handle, a nice synthetic knot, and it did a great job of whipping up a lather. And these kinds of shaving brushes that are $10 to $15, good synthetic shaving brushes, you can grab these at those really nice prices and throw them in your DOP kits, and they'll travel really well with you. And if you lose it, so what? You can always get another one. Now, the Ivory 22, since they no longer make this, I'm not going to travel with this because I like the brush a lot. And I acquired it early on in my wet shaving journey, so it has a lot of sentimental value. So I am not going to travel with it because I can't replace it. But the Disruptor I can replace because I do have one of those. And if I want to get a Keyhole shaving brush from Italian Barber, I can always replace that as well. So just a couple of synthetic shaving brush choices for you on the bargain end that also offer some great performance. But the whole point of this is that Jimmy V was correct. Those Nacet blades are marvelous. They were great in my cappuccino razor and just delivered a fantastic, fantastic shave. And the one thing about the Nacet blades I've noticed is that they're labeled stainless steel, and they don't say anything about having a platinum coating or a Teflon coating or anything like that. So whenever it says stainless steel and it doesn't mention coating, I often wonder, does it have some kind of coating? Now, I did an AI search, and the answer came back that the Nacet blades are platinum coated. As a matter of fact, I also have some Shaver Boy razor blades that say stainless steel and don't mention any kind of coating on the packaging. And the answer that was returned from AI said that, yes, Shaver Boy razor blades are also platinum coated. So both of those give me some really, really nice shaves, although I think the Shaver Boy razor blade has a little more edge. So maybe the coating on there isn't as great as, say, with the Nacet blade or with the Gillette Swede or a Wizamet, that sort of thing. Just a guess on my part. Not entirely sure. Let me put it to the viewers out there. Why are some razor blades labeled stainless steel and they don't mention a coating? Are they coated with platinum or Teflon or chromium, or are they not coated with those coatings, with a platinum, a chromium, and a Teflon? Or is the coating thinner than most of the blades that are advertised as being platinum, Teflon, and chromium coated? I would really, really like to know. As a matter of fact, I'm going to make a mental note here and maybe put that question aside and use it on an upcoming Monday morning mailbag in questions and comments, because it's something I've always wondered about. Why are some blades labeled stainless steel? They don't mention any coating on the label, and yet somehow there's a coating there when you start to do the research. Why is that? You would think that they would want to broadcast that to the world, that, hey, it's a stainless steel blade and it has a coating on it. Some of them are just labeled stainless steel, and that's true with the Nacet blades. They're just labeled stainless steel, and they have it has this wonderful platinum coating on there that just delivers a beautiful, beautiful smooth shave. So if you've never tried a Nacet blade, give them a try. And also know that get ready for the giveaway. That's the deadline's tomorrow. And Beth Jones, in sponsoring this wonderful giveaway, included some Nacet razor blades. So if you're the lucky winner, you'll have some Nacet blades to try out, and you can tell us all what you think about them. So I just want to let you know that the Nacet blades are wonderful. I had a great shave with them. My cappuccino razor was great. I don't know where Global Shave Clubs International is anymore. They changed their brand name to Swiss Shave, and I've done a search on the internet, and I can no longer find them. And it's a shame, because they really, really offered some really, really nice razors. And I don't know if the cappuccino is going to shave the same as the Parker 71R. I guess I'm going to have to get a Parker 71R and do a comparison, because I'm very, very curious, because Sheldon Quinn and folks at Global Shave Club International created a razor called the Tribute, which was an homage to the Mula R41, but it didn't have as heavy of an aggression to it as the R41. So it was just a little more tame, and it was a terrific razor. So I'm thinking maybe the cappuccino is the same way. Maybe it's a little milder than the Parker 71R. Just a guess on my part, not entirely sure. Anyhow, give the Nacet razor blades a try. Jimmy V was correct this morning. They are terrific. And if you happen to know why some razor blades are labeled stainless and have a coating, and others are labeled stainless with the coating named on the label because they are coated, let me know. I mean, I'm really curious about that. Why do they do that? Is one coated more than the other? I don't know. So again, give those Nacet razor blades a try. Check out those shaving brushes from Italian Barber, the Razor Rock shaving brushes that we mentioned. And really, give those Nacet razor blades a try. A big, big thank you to Jimmy V for a great topic of discussion. Now, I just saw this come through in my email. This is really something very unique. Looks kind of neat. I can't speak as to the level of shave you're going to get with this thing, but it's from AliExpress, and it is an Artist Club razor with a flip-up cap. You press a button, and the cap, the top of the cap, flips up. The base plate stays in place. It's attached to the handle, so the cap has kind of a hinge in the back. It flips up, and you can drop in an Artist Club razor blade and then close the cap back down, and so it locks in place. It has some sort of comfort roller on it that they say a roller design is more comfortable and silky, and I guess it's a rolling bar perhaps, or maybe it looks like a roller. I'm not entirely sure. And you shave at a 30 to 35 degree angle with this thing. And it's all complete. It's complete in the same sense as a twist to open razor, where everything is all one piece, and you just turn that bottom knob, and then the doors open up. This is kind of the same thing. It's all one piece, and you just hit a button, and the cap, the razor head cap flips open, and you drop in your Artist Club razor blade. You close it down, and you're good to go for a shave. That's pretty amazing. I'm going to link this, and I'm also going to get the information and share it on an upcoming Monday morning mailbag, because this thing is $12.54 right now. And you save $29.27. So it's a regularly $41.01 razor. That is pretty amazing. And you get 10 Artist Club blades with it as well. It comes in a beautiful gold metallic finish. And also it comes with a case. So pretty amazing. So I thought I'd mention this. It just came across my email, and it's unlike anything I've ever seen. So we're going to link it below so you can get a look at it. Now, again, I don't have one. I can't speak to whether or not this is a great razor, that it delivers a great shave. It might be a gimmick for all I know. But I think it's worth looking at for $12, $13. If it doesn't work for you, you're only out that much. And again, it's one of those razors where you can set aside and then maybe come back to it in a few months, and maybe it'll surprise you. But it comes with 10 Artist Club razor blades. And if you're someone who likes shaving with an Artist Club razor, well, this might be right there in your wheelhouse, because it is an Artist Club razor that uses Artist Club razor blades. And it's got that flip top. And it looks very, very interesting. So it doesn't really have a name other than Manual Razor for Men with 10 pieces blade set, a metallic gradient color, luxury hair shaving kit finish, cutting beard trimmer shaver. That's what it's called. But it is definitely an Artist Club style razor. So we'll link it below. And if you decide to get one, send along a review and let everyone know what you think about it. Now, before I get out of here, I'm going to recommend a book, actually a series of books to you. I'm holding in my hands right here The Best of James Herriot, the favorite stories of one of the most beloved writers of our time. Now, James Herriot is the veterinarian and author behind the All Creatures Great and Small books. Now, there were 4 books in the series, and all titles of the books were based on the All Things Bright and Beautiful rhyme. And the rhyme goes like this: all things bright and beautiful, all creatures great and small, all things wise and wonderful, the Lord God made them all. And there are 4 books by James Herriot, and each of those books take its title from the first stanza of that rhyme, the first book being All Creatures Great and Small. And it chronicles his life as an English country vet and all the people and animals that he meets. From about the late 20s into the 30s, into the 40s, the World War II years, and a little bit beyond that, I believe. It's been a while since I've actually sat down and read all 4 books, but I have read all 4 books, and they are just wonderful, heartwarming tales And really, he is one of the most beloved writers of our time. And this book here is a collection of all those stories, some of his favorites. And if you open it up, the inside flap reads, the warm and magical volumes of James Herriot, all creatures great and small, all things bright and beautiful, all things wise and wonderful, and the Lord God made them all, have endeared him to more readers than probably any other living storyteller. Now, from among the treasury of delightful chapters in his works, the world's most famous vet has brought over 50 of his own favorites together between the covers of one book, a book that is destined for the millions upon millions of faithful Herriot fans to be read, reread, cherished, and given again and again to special friends. Yeah, and this really is a wonderful volume. It's in my personal library. It's larger than the paperbacks I read, and it has some delightful illustrations, some beautiful photographs of the countryside where James Herriot practiced and lived and raised his family. And the stories are just wonderful and heartwarming, and you will definitely be moved by these stories. They're absolutely wonderful. And he has just that storyteller's knack. He knows how to tell a story. And you can kind of jump around the book. You don't have to read everything in sequence. Although, if you do decide to get all the books, all 4 books in the series, obviously start with All Creatures Great and Small, and read it from cover to cover, and you'll kind of understand the progression of his life as a country vet in England. And then it leads to the next book and the next book and the next book. He gets married, he raises a family, and that sort of thing. So it really is, this one is really a terrific volume with a lot of his favorite stories between the covers. Great photographs, wonderful illustrations, and some wonderful, memorable, heartwarming tales from his life as an English country vet. From the 20s, 30s, 40s, 50s, I think is where it kind of peaks. But just really a terrific book. And it'll make a great gift as well. We're going to link it on Amazon where you can get it. I think it's about $21, which is a great deal for a hardcover book nowadays. So check it out. The Best of James Herriot, the favorite stories of one of the most beloved writers of our time, a collection of his 50 favorite stories from the All Creatures Great and Small series of books. And also check out those books as well. We'll have a link to all things James Herriot below. Check it out. An absolutely wonderful series of heartwarming stories from James Herriot. And that wraps up another Second Cup. Thanks so much for tuning in again. I really do appreciate it. I sure hope you enjoyed today's show. If you did, please share, please subscribe, and pass it along to a fellow wet shaver or friend. My thanks to everyone who commented and contributed to today's show, and I mean this sincerely. Without you, this microphone would be silent. If Second Cup or the Monday Morning Mailbag aren't showing up in your regular podcast feed, please drop me a line at mondaymailbag@gmail.com, and we'll try to get it all sorted out. So again, thank you all very much. I look forward to getting together with you again on these podcast airwaves. Until then, enjoy the day, enjoy your shave, and enjoy that Second Cup.